Hey guys! So I really hope that you enjoyed my last video on why taking taxis in Lima or in Peru can sometimes be dangerous. If you have not had a look at that video yet, definitely be sure to click on the video above here somewhere so you can be directed to that video. In today's video, I'm going to give you guys some taxi taking applications that you can use while traveling around Peru and mainly Lima, because I'm not sure 100% if they work outside of Lima. They should, but I'm not 100% sure. And I hope that they help you. So I'm going to give you the top 3 that I recommend, and I will give you some other ones as well as backups. Just a little disclaimer before we continue with the video. As you may know from my last video, I have never taken a taxi application, and this is because this kind of technology, I guess, is relatively new in Lima or in Peru. And last year I was away in Europe, as some of you may know, so I didn't have the need to do this. Now, in order to make this video, obviously I asked for help from my friends and family on Facebook, and they recommended the 3 applications that I'm going to share with you today. And I'm going to mention some other ones as well that I found out through reading an article in the Comercio newspaper here in Peru. So just from downloading these applications and comparing one to the other, the application that for me comes in the number 3 spot is Easy Taxi. And this is because when I looked up, for example, a tourist attraction here, La Plaza Mayor, or the main square, it gave me the main square in Spain and Portugal, and I just thought that was crazy because I'm not trying to take a taxi all the way over there. And when I tried to look up a restaurant as well, it couldn't find the restaurant that I was looking for by name. I had to really know the address. So I think that there are some issues or some glitches with the GPS or that kind of function. And also, when I, for example, looked up the fares for a taxi from Magdalena, where I was living, to Miraflores, it gave me an estimate that was, I think, about 14 to 20 soles, and I just felt like 20 soles was just too much for me to pay when it would cost me maybe 10 or 12 soles at the most from the street if I took a street taxi. So I'm really cheap, so I'm not willing to pay that much for a secure taxi, because that means 20 soles that way and then 20 soles back, and that's just too much for me. With Easy Taxi, you have the option of paying in cash, I believe, as well as by credit card. You have to have registered that beforehand, and I think that's pretty much it, all I can say. You can also upgrade your taxi, I believe, for 5 soles more, and I think that you can also get some discounts or promotions if people use your promotional code, which it tells you once you have logged into your account. The application that comes in the number 2 spot is Uber. Now, Uber is an application that's quite popular in the US as well as in Europe, I believe. I really love the functionality of the application once you have downloaded it on your phone. With Uber, you only have the option to pay by credit card or PayPal, so there is no paying in cash. And if you look up a tourist attraction or a restaurant, it will pull it up immediately with the address, so it's not as complicated as it is with Easy Taxi. With Uber, you also get a special promo code that you can share with your friends and family so that their first ride is free if they have never registered with Uber before. And by doing so, you also accumulate free rides yourself, so that's a pretty good benefit. What I didn't like about Uber is that when I pulled up the estimates for fares to certain places, it gave me estimates that were pretty much identical to what Easy Taxi was giving me. And you guys know I was like too cheap for that. I was like, no, that's not going down. I know safety first, but I'm cheap, so no. And lastly, the application that comes in the number 1 spot is TaxiBeat. This was the taxi that almost everyone I asked for help recommended. A lot of people really said TaxiBeat, a few people said Uber, and a couple said Easy Taxi. So TaxiBeat is definitely popular, and it has really great functionality. If I look up a place by the name of the restaurant or the name of the tourist attraction, it will pull up the address without a problem. It lets you know as well, what drivers are available, their ratings, and in terms of prices, it had really affordable prices. It was much cheaper than Uber and Easy Taxi. So when I pulled up a specific location I wanted to go to, for example, from here to Miraflores, it was charging me 15 soles, and just 15 soles, it just says 15 soles, it doesn't give me a range, as opposed to Uber or Easy Taxi, which would give me a range from 14 or to 20 soles or something like that. So I was not willing to pay 20 soles. 15 soles has me more convinced because I could take a taxi from the street for 10 to 12 soles, so I felt much more inclined to pay that much for a secure taxi from Taxi Beat. With Taxi Beat, you have the option of paying by credit card or in cash, which is great because we have the custom of paying a lot of things by cash here. We're very much a cash society, as some of you already know from my videos, and it's really great to be able to have that option. According to the Peruvian newspaper El Comercio, there are currently 8 taxi applications working in Lima. So you already know 3 of them, which is Taxi Beat, Uber, and Easy Taxi, and the remaining 5 are Cabify, Tappsi, Pide un Taxi, Taxi Satelital, and Taxi Rider. I will have the names of all of these things in the description below, just in case you didn't understand me, and I really hope that that helps you in terms of finding a more secure taxi while you're traveling around Lima and you feel safe. Definitely try to download these applications on your phone before leaving your home country so that you can get the SMS or text message from the application without incurring any additional fees. If you do it here, you'll get charged some fees for doing it abroad, or maybe you won't even receive it because your phone won't be active for service abroad. So just be sure to do that before you actually come to Peru and activate it, and then once you're here you'll just need Wi-Fi or internet somehow to be able to use it. And yeah, I really hope that that has helped you today. Okay guys, so we've come to the end of another video. I really hope that this information has been so useful to you today and you feel much more calm about taking taxis in Lima or in Peru. Let me know if you enjoyed this video, because if you did, then definitely be sure to give this video a thumbs up or a like. If you want to subscribe to my channel for more tips, be sure to do that. I will always do my best to share more valuable information with you. And if you want to stay in touch with me via social media, be sure to do that. And what else? Yeah, just stay tuned for one little blooper that I have, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye. According to El Comercio, there are currently 8 taxi applications. Wait, I'm holding up 7.